Internet, can you work? Thanks. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Are we on?
Yep.
Are we actually on the internet right now?
Yeah, it looks like we are.
Oh, man! Should have saved that joke. It was gold. Banana phone.
It was on.
The whole time?
No, hopefully. We'll see.
Anyways.
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to 3 to 5 Things We Didn't Have Time to Talk About Today. And it's brand new time, 4-ish p.m. on the edge of space. We tried to do it at 4 p.m., but once again, we have garbage internet in our studio that never works. It's weird. We work for a telecommunications company. We don't have internet in here. It's weird. Anyways, hey, I'm broadcasting here. Get out of my studio! It's always important to treat your coworkers with respect by not walking into the studio when they're on the air. Anyways, I would like to thank our official sponsor of 3 to 5 Things We Didn't Have Time to Talk About Today, Corey's Clothiers at 569 Danforth Avenue. To go and get a suit anywhere else would be bananas. Man, I almost dropped an F-bomb there because bananas are so hilarious. Anyways, speaking of hilarious, let's talk to my favorite politician in the whole world, Kathleen Wynn. She is the best. You know why? Because she's not even trying to hide the fact that she's blatantly trying to... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Blatantly trying to buy your vote. She's like the friend that is a bad friend for you. You know, that when you're around, she acts like you're their best friend. And then when you're not around, she just makes fun of you and uses you and stuff. That's the way Kathleen Wynne and the Liberals in this province are operating right now. I just want to say, this isn't me trashing political parties. I don't care. I don't care what political party you are. But when you're acting blatantly stupid and trying to buy people's votes, 100% have to call you out on it. Like, what is it, last week they did the minimum wage thing? And listen, you're egregious hurting the economy, raise minimum wage. This is out of context for the point that we're trying to make here. We're not trying to say that people wanting the minimum wage raised are greedy and terrible people. We're not. They're just people that aren't making a lot of money that are trying to make ends meet. I'm just saying that raising the minimum wage is going to bring along a whole lot of problems that nobody's even talking about. Like, have you been to like a fast food restaurant and you got those automated server kiosks now? Have you seen those things? They're everywhere. I'm just telling you straight up right now that with an increased minimum wage, you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of them in the coming months and years. And forevers. People are, it's complicated. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, she did the thing with the minimum wage just so that she could get you to vote for her. She did the thing about, basically mortgaging our hydro bills for the rest of our lives for the next 35 years. She did that just to blatantly buy people's votes. It drives me crazy. Today, child care centers. Ontario commits to universally accessible child care, which is great because that means that more people can go get jobs that pay them $15 an hour minimum wage. Perhaps if they go to school and learn how to fix the automated kiosks at all fast food restaurants, they'll be in a booming field because you're going to see those things everywhere. But the real thing you should be focusing on, Kathleen Wynne, is child labor camps. Here's the thing. We have got an untapped resource. We've got small children that are just full of energy. They're always ready to play. We can create a great game called Filling in the Potholes game, or perhaps a Cleaning Up Beaches game. There's billions of things we could do. Because we always talk about how kids these days have no responsibilities and they're not hard workers and they're lazy and all that. Here's the thing. Kids never change. It's grown-ups that change because, hey, I love your show, boss of mine. The thing is that we have changed. We don't demand anything of kids anymore. We don't expect them to do anything. If we start teaching these kids responsibilities that they could learn in a coal mine, perchance, then maybe they would be a lot more grateful to sit in the classroom rather than do back-breaking, endless hours of physical hard work and toil. Oh, wow. What do we got here? We got a little bit of sexting. Currently, there's actually a campaign to encourage high schoolers to stop sexting so much because it can lead them to be in situations where they're being blackmailed for those nude photographs. Once those photographs go out, they're gone. You don't know where they go. They could be anywhere. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep particularly young women in high school and of a younger age from getting preyed upon by creepy dudes on the internet. They are everywhere. And the idea is called the Naked Mole Rat campaign. When a guy asks you for nudes or a girl asks you for nudes and you're a dude, doesn't matter, or a dude asks you for nudes and you're a dude, you send them a picture of a naked mole rat instead, because a naked mole rat does look just like a non-circumcised penis with teeth and eyes on it. I was thinking, though, I love the idea. I love any attempt to keep youth from danger and non-good experiences, etc. But I don't 100% think that it's going to be as effective as they would like. And the reason for that, when you're young, you find it very difficult to grasp consequences. You don't think bad things are going to happen to you because you think you're special. Probably because you weren't in a child labor camp in your youth. Maybe if you were in a child labor camp, you wouldn't feel so special. You just have a number. You'd be happy with it. But the thing is young people always think they're invincible, and I don't think bad things are ever going to really happen to them. This is a true thing. In the Second World War, when they stormed the beaches on Normandy, the first wave, not a single soldier in those boats was over the age of 18. All of them were 18 or younger. Because when guys, particularly young men, are between the ages of like 15 to 20, they feel like they're invincible and nothing bad could possibly ever happen to them. So think about that. Maybe instead of sending pictures of naked mole rats, they should send pictures of blown apart soldiers from the beaches of Normandy. Meaning that's what your career opportunities are going to be like once nude photos of you are circulating around on the internet. Let's move on, shall we? Oh, look at this. This is Reality Winner. Reality Winner has just been arrested because she was working for the United States government in the electoral department, and she was one of the people that found out before the election that Russian internet hackers were trying to hack into the polling system in the United States. And so there's all this talk about the Russians affecting the outcome of the United States election that happened in the fall. There's been lots and lots and lots of discussion about that. She basically came forward and said, yeah, that happened. And now she gets thrown in jail. There's a great song written by the Dead Kennedys years ago called Whistleblower. And it's all about how whenever you blow the whistle, bad things are going to happen to you. And that's how the powers that be maintain themselves as the powers that be. And it's weird to think that that is 100% what's going on here. Like, there's an investigation to determine whether or not something actually happened. She comes forward saying, yeah, this actually happened. And they put her in jail. Now, it is a little bit more complicated than that because the idea is that there are national security type secrets that could potentially be leaked, et cetera, endangering other people. Like, what's his face? When Snowden, what's the guy in Russia right now? Snowden, yeah. When Snowden released all kinds of documents, there's alleged information that suggests that like 500 to 1,000 deep cover operatives for the United States were all captured and tortured to death by various terrorist organizations. So it's never just black and white. It's never just, oh, I turned this stuff over and this happened. There's always consequences to everything. It's like the minimum wage thing. It's a good idea, but there's going to be consequences because nothing is just cheap and easy. But moving on, shall we? It's just like the movie The Insider with Russell Crowe and Al Pacino. Russell Crowe plays a guy who finds out that the United States tobacco industry is faking scientific studies to say that cigarettes aren't addictive even though they know that they are, and that cigarettes cause cancer, even they say that they don't cause cancer even though that they know that it does. It's just like that. Nobody wants the truth to get out, especially when the truth affects the people that are rich and powerful and all that stuff. There's a great line from Voltaire, it's dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. Very, very true. In this case, Reality Winner. Is that a real name? Reality Winner? I would never hire anybody with the name Reality Winner just based on their name. You're asking for problems. Like if you name your child Destiny, you might as well give them a stripper pole when they hit 2. Like just give it to them. They're going to end up on there eventually. Is that offensive?
I thought you weren't finishing a sentence when you said Reality Winner. I thought you were going to be like reality show.
No, her name is Reality Winner. She didn't win Big Brother, although she's trying to prevent Big Brother from spying on us. And even though she's not, that's terrible. Anyways, Reality Winner is going to end up metaphorically tarred and feathered. We'll probably never hear from her again until they lobotomize her and she comes out as a mindless automaton saying, "Hail the machine," etc. Look at this. This is a terrible high school photograph. Interestingly, I'm wearing the exact same shirt, so you know that it's fake. This is a photoshopped bad high school photograph. But the thing is, it's not far from the truth. The only difference is, when I did take a high school photo I closed my eyes when I was wearing. I took one like that. My hair looked like that. My skin was that bad. I was wearing a jean jacket, and one of my eyes were closed. I was like this. It was ridiculous. Thing is, I look like an idiot, and it's important to remember that people do look like idiots. First of all, how is that like a bad high school? That's a good high school yearbook photograph. That's my good friend Snoop Dogg, who looks very dapper and sharp in a suit. What a fabulous young man he is. It's important to remember that people can look like utter garbage when they're in high school, and you always remember that. The key is, it's like Jennifer Lopez in her song Jenny from the Block. See these diamonds that she's got? She knows that she's still Jenny from the Block. That's the thing is, you got to remember where you came from. And the reason I'm talking about high school photographs is that now various high school yearbook publishing companies are offering an additional fee to Photoshop your picture so that you look better in your high school yearbook. This is revisionist history, okay? This is how you know what your real friends are when you turn into an adult, is they're the friends that sometimes tell you the things that you don't want to hear. Like, we have people that, like, believe every opinion that they have is 100% right 100% of the time, which isn't the case because they surround themselves in an echo chamber always being told nothing but good things. All they want is good. It's like you're putting blinders over yourself. You don't want news that makes you have to think. You want news that makes you think you're right all the time. Changing your high school yearbook photo so you looked good in high school, you know what you're doing? You're going to give your kids low self-esteem because they're going to look like garbage in real life. Then they're going to see a picture of your high school yearbook and be like, whoa, I'm so ugly and mom was so good looking. Look at those size F breasts of hers. She's got heaving cleavage. That's amazing. Except she didn't. It was photoshopped cleavage, which is the worst kind of cleavage. You want friends that always have a bat or a knife ready to smash you in the face or stab you in the face, that are going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. You want your yearbook to cripple you when you open it and look. And you know how, like, you lay in bed at night and you're half asleep and you kind of, like, awkwardly remember something that you did a long time ago, and then you're like, oh, God, I wish I could take that back. That's what your high school yearbook is there for, to remind you that as great as you may be now, you were utter garbage at one point in your life. You've done, if anything, it's a good thing. Look at how far you've come. You literally looked like a used McDonald's Big Mac wrapper, and now you look like, I don't know, a Big Mac wrapper with a Big Mac in it. You filled out. That's it. Moving on. Let's just move on. Terrible analogy. Terrible analogy. I'm so sorry. So you've gained a few pounds. You're still a great person, and there's hope for you. Look at this picture right here. You know what that is? That is somebody who's brain dead. You've got the doctor sitting over there going like, oh, should we take his kidneys and sell them to the mafia and the human trafficking people? Now the doctors are talking about how even though you may be brain dead, they can save your life. There's this scientific initiative that's going on. Are we still on the internet?
Yeah. No,
okay, good.
Try and get your head in.
Okay, what's wrong? My head. I have an oddly shaped head.
It's the 102.1 logo.
Sorry. Thanks,
Keep going over your head.
Thanks, logo.
It's all about you.
The worst. Anyways, this guy in this picture is brain dead. And now, thanks to the work of mad scientists, it looks like they might be able to bring brain dead people back from the dead through various types of genetic therapies. This is actually going to start taking place in Latin America in the coming months. They haven't even done animal studies on this because to find brain dead animals is very difficult because nobody keeps a brain dead animal alive very long. They need the body to be functioning, but the brain to be dead to try this therapy. They tried doing it in India, but they couldn't get approval. So various countries in Latin America, one of which is Nicaragua, who, by the way, are not part of the Paris Climate Accord. But anyways, they're going to Nicaragua, and they're going to try to reanimate brain-dead individuals. Now, I know that this sounds like the first step in like a zombie movie. This is like the opening scene where they're basically reanimating people. But here's the thing. Science is creepy. Science is terrifying. But that's how advancement happens. Do you know how they study the circulatory system? Robbing dead bodies. That's what they used to do because they couldn't get cadavers for medical schools. So they used to hire people to go into graveyards and dig up the freshly buried corpses, bring them to schools. They would cut them open. They would study the body to see how it worked. They would actually pump fake blood through the veins just to see how the circulatory system worked. Sounds creepy. It does sound really creepy. But it's through those creepy advancements that We learned how to cure diseases. We learned how the body worked and all that kind of stuff. So sure, we might have a zompocalypse in Nicaragua, but they're not part of the Paris Climate Accord anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal. That's all I've got time for today. I'm pretty sure I made a lot of people mad, but I've got a DeWalt prize packet for you. 416-870-EDGE. Call a number, whoever says, Grave Robber, first. You get it. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m.